Hey guys, Dave Trevino here, Cold War Classics. It's been a long time, but today we're going to talk something a little bit different, but something near and dear to my heart. What we're going to talk about today is my 2016 Shelby GT350. Yes guys, I know it may be hard to believe, but this is my car. Where do you start on a car like this? We'll start at the front. For some of the people that are in the know, this is a complete proprietary design for the Mustang, from the A-pillars forward. It's got special fenders, special hood, special front fascia, special grille. You know, these are the cars that are not going to be faked. You are not going to be able to rebadge and change these hoods on these cars. The hood's got like a 60mm drop on it compared to a regular GT. It's extremely noticeable. How do I notice that? How do I know so much? Because I bought a 2016 GT. I drove it for 2 weeks and put an order for this car. And this is where we're at now. We'll go around, we'll talk about it. As you see, it's got the Shelby splitter in the front. Super cool looking splitter. From my understanding, they're not real expensive, so if you beat it up, you can afford to put a new one on it. We'll go here to the wheels. They are a 19 by 11-ish or something like that on the front. They have a huge two-part 15-inch brake assembly. It's a two-part pin. It's got a hat in the middle. Big old Brembo brakes that just stop this little sucker on a dime. We got special fenders on this one. These allow the heat to come out of the fenders. Cools the brakes. Those actually work from the front to the back. You see the GT350 emblem here. It's got the ground effects on the side. The color of this car is magnetic gray, and it is beautiful, absolutely beautiful. On the rear, we got same 19, I think by 11.5. Tires on those are 305 35 ZR 19-inch tires. They are Michelin tires. They're wide, they're cool. Coming around the back, same thing. But this car's got the special exhaust on it. It's got a 4-tip exhaust. Unlike the regular GT, it's got a 2-tip. It's a special exhaust system because this car, you can manually get inside of it and adjust the exhaust. What I like to call it, what my wife calls it, is you got a normal and you can put it in man mode. I prefer the man mode. You can see the Shelby GT350 emblems on the back. Super cool, super cool. Coming around here, same thing. Like I said, you got Brembo brakes on it. Factory Ford wheels. You know, a couple of special things that this car has. We'll talk about on the inside. This is what they call a technology package car. This car has the GPS, has the special heated and cooled seats, and they work absolutely fantastic. It's got the leather in it, the Alcantara, all that good jazzy business. It's got the limited edition plates on the dash. You got gauges up there on the cluster. A couple of other things that these Mustangs have, and the Shelbys have, is they have line lock, they have launch control, push button start. Like I said, it has a button here on the dash that you can control the exhaust, and the exhaust just sounds absolutely fantastic. You will find yourself not wanting to drive this car without having the exhaust mode on. Let's go around. We're gonna go pop the hood on the car. We'll look at the motor. I will act like I know what I'm talking about. All right, boys and girls, what is under the hood of this car is a 5.2 liter, what Mustang or Ford used to call the Voodoo engine. This is the flat plane crank engine, what everybody talks about. This has a special intake on it. This hood, as you can see, it scavenges heat out of the hood. Has the strut brace, has all the jazzy plates on it, built with pride, Ford Performance strut tower braces, you know, all the stuff that you want on a car when you go and buy it from the factory. This is a car that you literally do not have to go and modify and buy this and that. That was one thing I wrestled with. I bought my 2016 GT, and I want to do this, I want to do that with it. And the fact of the matter is, you just cannot do this with a 2016 GT. And to boot, it's a Shelby car, and we all know what the Shelby cars do. These cars are they're up there. There's kind of a little bit of a waiting list on them. There's not many to choose from. and they're super cool. What we're gonna do is we'll get in the car. I'm not gonna drive super crazy, but we'll go take it for a little drive. You know what? Let's listen to the exhaust system on it. We'll put the car. We'll turn the car on, and you know we'll do a little like a 3,500 RPM rev in the regular mode, and then what I'll do is I will kick the exhaust up into what I call man mode, or what they call the sport mode, and go from there. Let you guys hear it and all that good jazzy business. Go around to the back. Exhaust setting. Then we'll kick it over to sport mode, which opens up the mufflers and gives it a more healthy growl. Immediately you can hear the tone change. Button it up. Let's go take it for a run and see how it sounds. All right, guys. The Shelby does have a special shifter. You can change the steering wheel feel on this car. You can adjust the dampers on the car, and they work absolutely fantastic. There's drag settings on the car, track settings, weather settings. I mean, what you can't do on this car, I don't know. It's got everything on it. All right, I'm not gonna get super crazy because I'm out here in the country and I don't want to get pulled over. But we'll run the gears a little bit and show you what it's like. Interior, it's got nice wrapped steering wheel, Alcantara. It's got the racing style setup in it. All the little controls on the dash where you adjust your steering wheel feel from sport, normal. It's got comfort. You know, which one's more of aggressive. Then you got a damper setup here, which just immediately when you hit the dampers, it changes the car significantly. So here we go. Hopefully y'all can hear what the car is doing, because the exhaust on the outside is absolutely brilliant. They did a fantastic job with this controllable exhaust. So we're gonna run down the street and see what it does. RPM, and this thing just, I mean, it pulls ungodly. By the way, if I didn't mention it, this little car is putting out 526 horsepower. You know, from the factory. It's got the 6-speed gearbox in it, and it is liquidy smooth. Transmission is just god awful smooth. Run it up now, guys. We're at 7,000 RPMs. We're doing 80 miles an hour. Not really trying it. We're in third gear, and this thing just is on rails. Look at this, guys. This thing is hard to beat, man. I mean, the exhaust sound is almost unbelievable. I mean, what do you need to do to a car that has a setup like that? You got me. I don't know. I'm not touching it. I'm leaving it the way it is. It's got navigation on here. Everything's touch. You know, it's got all the bells and whistles for somebody, or what people call creature comforts. Super groovy. We're gonna turn around to run the little our little, what I'll call our track down here. This thing's a friggin' monster. It's a real deal, boys. In case y'all want to know, your inquiry, like, what does a GT350 run? when you get these cars, guys, you could get a base, and I think they're running around 50 grand, somewhere around there. Expect to pay 15,000 over. I called around and called around. It's just how it is. You're gonna pay it, you know. So you're buying a $75,000 car that's got seat coolers, heat your crack up real nice. So if you want to keep the windows down and, you know, keep your bum nice and cool, this will do it, and it should do it. Another thing that a lot of people don't know about these cars when you deal with decent sports cars is there is no spare tire. And how do I know? Because the night I bought this car, I got a big old bolt in the tire. So there I was with a flat tire on a car that I just got that had no miles on it. And guess what? No spare tire. So it is what it is. But Ford is kind enough to give you an air pump back there. So with that being said, you use the air pump, you limp that booger back to where you need to go, and you yank that big tire off of there and you go get it fixed. And that's all it takes. The steering on the car, man, is just absolutely fantastic. I mean, you just cannot complain. And you can tell, guys, I'm not running it through its paces. I'm just driving it mildly for the car's capabilities. You get an idea. You know, get a lot of guys do reviews on these cars. They're not their cars. This is my car. I have to maintain this car. I have to take care of this car. So I don't normally drive it, you know, super crazy. Don't squeal through the gears and all that good jazzy business. So, you know, you won't see that from me as of yet. But, you know, I do run it up there occasionally. You know, you got oil pressure right here on the dash. You got your oil temp right here on the dash. Look, plastic's still on. I haven't even taken it off. I've had the car for a while already. I like the way it looks sitting in the garage. It's pretty cool. It's got an awesome stereo system in it. So if somebody wondered, hey, what kind of stereo system is there? It's freaking groovy. 7-speaker system. Sounds awesome. It, like I said, you have a launch control, which launch control does. You go into the computer setting, adjust your RPM for what you want the launch to set at. You mash the gas, you hold it. And this car will hold that RPM for you and set you off like a little rocket. And that's super cool. And this car, and the other GTs have it also, has a factory line lock, guys. You know, you set the line lock, locks the front wheels, you do your little smoky burnout and go about your business. Super cool feature in here. Just gauges galore. You can go into the settings, check your cylinder head temperature, vacuum setting, blah 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 blah. Just everything. I mean, this car gives you everything that anybody could ever want for just a super fair price, in my opinion. Car rides great. I mean, unbelievable for a car that's running these kind of wheels, this size tire. I mean, it still drives great. I work 60 miles from the house, and I drive it, and it is just super comfortable. It doesn't beat you down. I mean, if you put the dampers in you know, in the sport mode, they're significantly stiffer. If you're going down a bumpy road, man, they you know, it could get it could get a little rough, and that's okay. You know, that's kind of what you're paying for. But man, what can you say? Like I said, these cars have all the features in it. If you want to get in there and, you know, take a trip, it's comfortable. The seats are awesome. The bolstering just holds you still. And like I said, I've done a lot of you know, running up and down the street. The street's kind of rural, so I choose to come out here. I mean, it holds you into the seat. There's no doubt about it. The seats are leather and Alcantara. Just awesome, man. It's a cool car. Chassis number 3471. From my understanding, I believe they're making 4,000 cars this year. I'm not 100% sure, but that's what I've read. So 4,000, you know, stretched out for all of us, you know, gearheads, power lovers, Mustang guys. Man, that's kind of a low number. So, you know, I almost wouldn't think on it, guys. If you're to the point where you think you could scoop one up and you got everything right, you want to get it, and you got your dirty little hands on it, man, buy that son of a gun. I think you're not going to be let down. I'm not. I was so impressed with the 2016 Mustang I had, the little GT. I already started modifying it. I said, you know what? I'm willing to take that risk. I'm going to get me a Shelby. And lucky for me, I've got a really good salesman at McDavid Ford in Fort Worth, Texas. His name is Monty Smith. I just like the dog shit out of him. Nice old country boy. And we do business. And he took care of me on this car. I told him I want a Shelby. He delivered. And here it is, guys. 7,000 RPMs, and it's moving. This is a back road, man. A little small road. I was doing 110. You know, doesn't even feel like it, man. It's an awesome car. You know, if I get to a point where I can get out in an area, little track set up, I will definitely get y'all another video. If you want another video, you know, I'm not a car reviewer, so it's kind of new to me. I do the guns, but you know, if you want another video, post up on the bottom of it or something in specific that you want to see. I'll do it, man. You know, it's fun. I enjoy driving the car. I enjoy sitting in the seats with the cold AC blowing in my bum. What else can you ask for? I don't know. Really sucks getting behind these people driving slow, because you just want to run the RPMs up on it. You want to hear the motor, and it just sounds super slick. Here we go, guys. We're gonna open it up just a hair. Just a hair. We're doing a buck. Buck 20. And it just scoot. We're at 6,500 RPM. Pulls. 7 grand pulling, 8,000 just pulling. This guy that I'm pulling up on, he's probably shitting his depend all over the place. We don't want to do that to the old folks. Oh God, what can you say? It's like riding a rocket ship, man. It's super groovy. Brings a smile to my face. Can't help it. Let's pass this little Kia. Uh-oh, incoming. Woo. See, this is where your driving comes in, boys. Look at that. That was real deal right there.
I don't know if I got all that.
That was real deal. And you know what? I almost whacked a Mustang too. Poor guy. Did you get that?
I don't know if I got all
Tightened
of
your
it.
little butt up, didn't it? That's just make, you know, guys, I don't condone that, but you know, does it happen? Sure it does. It's the old country road, man. That guy should have been turning off right there. Shame on him. It's his fault, not my fault. Anyway. All right, guys, we're gonna cut this off. I think you've seen enough. You know, use half a tank of gas. No, just kidding. You know, it gets fair. You know, you pop it down at 6, it gets pretty fair gas mileage. It'll get around 20 and some change if you stretch it out on the highway. You know, keep it around 65. Keep your foot out of the music, and you know, it gets good gas mileage. You can't complain on a car like this, man. I mean, it does what it does. It acts the part. It plays the part. It sounds the part, man. It's the real deal. It's a cool car. I'm really fortunate to have been able to, you know, get to a point where I could pick up one of these cars. So, with that being said, I bid y'all farewell, and let me know, and I'll post something up back on the YouTube if you have any more questions or whatever. So, have a good evening, guys. Bye bye.